Welcome to another episode of Me, My Wife, and Sports. I'm your host, Fitz, with my lovely co-host, Darcy.
Hello.
Well, Darcy, NFL preseason is in full swing. And you know, it was an article I read about a Kansas City Chiefs player. And I thought it was, I won't say funny, but unusual. Defensive tackle Chris Jones offered to cover the $1.5 million worth of chicken wings stolen by a former food service director in exchange for the woman's release from prison. 1.5 million of chicken wings. What do you
$1.5 million worth of chicken wings.
So what do you pull a truck up and just start loading?
From where?
She was her name was Vera Lydell, who served in the direct role for Harvey School District 152 near Chicago.
But this was a Kansas City Chiefs player
who offered to pay her restitution, basically.
Is he from Chicago?
Don't know. Maybe he saw a good news story and felt the punishment was...
That would be a sad story and try to make it a good news story.
I'm just trying to figure out, did she steal the $1.5 million over time, or was it all at once?
Yeah, you'd have to do some more research on that.
Right. I just thought that was crazy. And she is like 68 years old, so... All right. Do you know what a guardian cap is?
No.
Well, you've been watching the practices and things of that nature, even the preseason, where they practice with other teams. But you know that thing that's covering the helmet?
Oh, yeah.
That's considered a guardian cap.
The spongy looking thing?
Right.
Yeah.
And these caps were engineered to reduce the impact of players hitting with their helmets. So
they only wear them in practice.
Correct. But with that said, some players want to wear them beyond practice. Matter of fact, I think one player has worn it during a preseason game. But they say it only reduces impact by 33%, which is actually better than nothing. You know?
Yeah.
So, and other studies were done, like Stanford, show that the average reduction of 10% to 25% of head acceleration response. So whether it works or not still remains to be seen, because as you know, with concussions and all that, they can't really determine anything until after the person has passed. So, but you think they would come up with something to figure that out.
Right.
Yeah. But matter of fact, Jonathan Taylor of the Colts, he actually during preseason wore it for the game.
And we watched that game
against the Denver Broncos.
I didn't even pay attention to that.
Yeah. They say he's the highest profile player to wear the cap during the game.
I mean, what difference does it make? I mean, is it heavier?
I would think it's lighter and it's got just cushion in it. I haven't seen one, so I don't
what's
know.
Prohibiting them from wearing it?
Probably the
if it's a safety issue.
Who knows?
I would think that they would allow it.
Well, they are allowing it for the kickoff of the 24-25 season. The NFL is allowing players to wear these special covers during games. Taylor, 25, is already mandated to have a guardian cap on during practice, so he decided to test the wearing throughout the preseason and see how it affects his game. So they have the option to wear it. So, but like you say, it might have a little weight to it. So I don't know. Just my thoughts on it. Fantasy football. You ready?
As ready as anybody else is. A lot happening in the preseason that's going to affect fantasy, but it's all about the lineup.
Who do you think is the number one running back in fantasy? McCaffrey. He's hurt. He's been number one for a long time.
I mean, that doesn't mean anything.
True.
And he's hurt, so they don't even know if he's going to start.
What's wrong with him?
Calf. He has calf issues. He's got he tore his ACL.
Right.
I don't think he ever really recovered properly from that. So, yeah, I don't know.
But why is that causing him calf issues?
Ain't your ACL in your calf?
Your knee.
Yeah, but the tendon runs in all the way down, doesn't it?
More than likely.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, you got number 2, and this is based on ESPN, Yahoo, CBS Sports, and NFL.com. And they have Breece Hall as
he injury prone too. Had him 1 year too.
Hold on, let me make a note not to pick
the first year that he got drafted by the Jets, tore his ACL. First year, out. Like 2 games in, tore his ACL, out. And this might be, so that was his first year. Did he play? Is this his first full year playing, or did he play a little bit last year?
I have no idea.
I don't know. This might be his 3rd year in the league.
Because he wasn't on my radar when I was picking my team.
I picked Bryce Hall. Breece. He braced to me because he didn't do nothing.
And all the different outlets also agree with John Robinson as the 3rd best running back for fantasy out of Atlanta. And I remember seeing him. He was
Who's that?
Bajan Robinson.
It had him too. Nope.
Well, maybe this might be the year.
I've had every number 1 running back out there. I've had them. So,
well, maybe because they're healthy now.
What's his name? Robinson Bijan.
Yeah.
Bijan. He was healthy when I had him, but he was with the Falcons. Is he still with the Falcons?
He's still with the Falcons.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Not feeling him either. I think he just need to get with a better team. I think that's his problem.
I see.
Let's see. Yeah, this is Breece Hall. This is his 3rd season. So the first year, he got hurt and he was out. The second year, which was last year, they were hoping with Aaron Rodgers, it was going to make, this big difference.
Well,
all the
what
players,
happened with that one.
all the players, the whole Jets organization, like it wasn't even the team. It was like the whole New Jersey Jets fan base thought that Aaron Rodgers was going to make a difference, and it all fell apart. So it fell apart for everybody because they put all their eggs in the Aaron Rodgers basket, and it all fell apart for everybody last year.
Right.
So this is Hall's 3rd year
with the Jets.
Yeah, NFL. Okay. And he is yet to live up to his draft day hype. So if Aaron can stay healthy, I mean, like they putting all their eggs in the Aaron Rodgers basket.
Right.
And all of them are hanging on to that. Garrett Wilson, the coach, the owner, the organization, the front office, the back office, the cleaning office, all of them everybody got their eggs in the Aaron Rodgers basket.
The coach got an excuse, so he didn't get fired because he can say, well, I didn't have Aaron.
Right. Well, yeah. But you know what? I mean,
Aaron,
I don't know.
I read an article that Aaron had commented that this was the hardest practice than last year since.
Why? Because he was actually practicing? Because last year he didn't practice before he tore his ACL. And that's when they were on Hard Knocks.
He was practicing.
No, he wasn't. He was standing around going through the motions, showing Zach Wilson the moves. Like he was teaching him how to do line dances. Like 1, 2, 3, throw. This is how you do it. Follow me. He wasn't practicing.
That's funny.
So give me another running back, and I'll tell you if I had him too. Because needless to say, I'm not going with a running back this year. I'm putting my fantasy team is going to be
Jonathan Taylor.
I haven't had Jonathan Taylor.
I've had him.
I have had.
He's good.
The quarterback that Jonathan Taylor's going to be relying on, but I haven't had
Anybody
Jonathan
can hand
Taylor.
the ball off. I'm sorry. Anybody can hand the ball off.
Yeah, well,
it's up to the runner to make it.
It's got to be. You got to be healthy, but yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. Running backs still isn't. The league isn't really doing a lot of focus on running backs.
Right. Well, if you're a running back, you got to be able to come out the backfield, catch a pass in the flats, and then run. And I think if you have a well balance, it'll make the defense play honestly. Like even with the Cowboys, now the pressure ain't so much that the defense is playing for the pass because they know that the Cowboys in the past didn't have anybody in the backfield after Zeke left. So now Zeke's back. Even though he's older, they still got to respect his run.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in running backs, so I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see how it turns out.
I don't know.
Now, it was funny. I was reading an article, Tom Brady and Peyton Manning.
Yeah, they picked their quarterbacks. Yeah, who did they pick? I didn't read it.
Tom Brady picked Patrick Mahomes as his number 1, Josh Allen as number 2, Lamar Jackson as his number 3, and Joe Burrow as his 4. Now,
and who was his 5th? Himself?
No,
because they said they picked 5.
Right, he couldn't pick a 5th. He said 4 is as much as he'll go.
Oh, okay.
And he also stated he doesn't have faith in the new quarterbacks that are coming out because they're not putting the work in. They're thumbing. Brady is basically saying that the teams, coaches are thumbing down the plays for the quarterbacks who are coming out.
Dumbing
down.
Dumbing down. Okay. Yep. I thought you said thumbing.
No, dumbing down.
Okay.
And which to me, that's kind of insulting.
Yeah, it was super hard when he did it, and now it's not that hard. Yeah.
And I think too, when Brady was in, it was more of a balanced attack. Now it's pretty much, I would say 90 to 90% more passing than running.
I think when Brady was in, they let him stand back there and they didn't expect the quarterbacks to do more than just throw the ball. I think it's harder now for quarterbacks because they want you to be mobile. They want you to come out of the pocket. They want you moving. They want you to do a little bit more than what they did when Peyton and Tom were quarterbacking.
And they're doing a lot of more crazy plays.
They just standing in the, they had good protection. They built lines around them. Even when Tony Romo, Tony didn't move. The Cowboys focused on the line or O-line. Jerry Jones took years to build that O-line. He was drafting O-line for years to get the line that he had. And everybody was pissed off about it. Why he keep doing that? Why he keep doing that? We need a receiver. We need this. We need that. And he was always drafting offensive linemen so that Tony could stand back there all day looking at the field that he couldn't see, that now all of a sudden he can see real good. But I still love you, Tony. He's sitting in the booth. He got the bird's eye view. Yeah, now he can't see it.
Just like a coordinator.
Yeah. But I think now they expect them to do more. So that's what any retired person says. When I was working, I could say that about my job too.
When you're the GOAT, hey, you can say that.
Yeah, well, I feel like I'm the GOAT too. Now, I think there's some people that'll say I'm the GOAT in my line of work.
Now, Peyton Manning, he picked 5.
And who did he pick?
His number 1 was Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, Joe Burrow.
Why do they keep picking Joe Burrow? He ain't done nothing.
I know. He has the potential, but and he also picked Justin Herbert.
Justin hurt. He hurt.
Lamar
Jackson
hurt too. And Josh Allen. But I would have put Lamar
Josh be running
ahead of Joe or Justin.
Yeah. And
I would put Josh Allen ahead of those two as well.
Yeah.
I was surprised I would have bet money that one of them would have put Jalen Hurts on there. But they didn't. They did not.
I don't know, they probably think Jalen a little clumsy.
He hasn't truly proven himself yet, I guess. Because he was hurt that one year.
Well, he's not consistent.
Right.
He's good. Don't get me wrong. I ain't taking nothing from Jalen. I like Jalen for a lot of reasons outside of his Eagles uniform. But he's just not consistent. He's been known to make a few errors at critical points. So I could see that. But you ask somebody different, they might have him.
Right.
It would be a consistency thing.
And hopefully Jerry will get that contract done with CD because we're
CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, and Brandon Ayuk are the 3 wide receivers who are waiting on, who there is a sense of urgency for contracts to be done.
See, and I thought San Francisco had resolved that with Brian Ayuk.
I don't think so, not yet.
Huh.
And Jamar Chase
I picked him in the past in my fantasy, and he's done well.
Jamar Chase is with Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, so.
Burrow's target.
What do they call him? Burrows. They got a nickname for him. Joe Cool. Is that what they call him? Joe Cool?
I don't know.
I think that's what they call him.
Well, the thing that is, I guess, I won't say hard for Jerry Jones, but when Justin Jefferson made his deal with a 4-year, $140 million extension, he sort of set the parameter. So they got to come, if not equal to, but better for CD.
I don't know. I don't think that CD has shown us what Justin Jefferson has shown Minnesota.
No?
I don't think so. Justin Jefferson is a bad boy. And to me, every year,
but he racked up a lot of yards this past season.
Despite who is quarterbacking for Minnesota, Justin gets on that field and catch them balls, run them routes and catch them balls.
And CD does as well with double and triple teams.
Yeah,
CD
I don't
had
know.
1,700.
Maybe I just haven't seen it as much as I've seen it from Justin.
And well, CD had over 1,700 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 135 catches. I think that's pretty good for what he was working with.
Yeah, but I don't think he's up there with Justin yet.
Ooh.
I just don't think it.
So she said.
But CD just got drafted. He ain't been in the league but 3 years too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in that same class.
He's still on his rookie contract, which is ending. I don't know. Oh, did you hear what Tua said about Brian Flores?
I didn't hear specifically what he said.
Well, basically, Tua was dogging mine. And Brian Flores took the high road.
He did. I did hear that he took the high road. He was like, he was disappointed that he felt that way or something like that. But he wished them all the best.
Basically, it sounded like Tua wasn't happy with the way Flores ran things. And I think he was a little bit more old school.
Mm-hmm.
So he was treating players, I won't say like kids, but not as adults. And he was being hard on them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't blame him, because your job isn't to make friends and be buddy-buddy. Your job is to get the best out of each player. Now, that might mean different things for each one. You might have to be harder on one and not as hard on another. But at the same time, each player has to be able to take criticism. And I'm wondering if Flores did that with Tua, gave him more criticism than praise, because I think that's what it was kind of boiling down to. But he, meaning Brian Flores, took the high road. He addressed it, and then he moved on with the media, and he didn't say anything. But now behind closed doors, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I watch Patrick Mahomes and some of the other quarterbacks, and then I think about Dak, and I think about leadership. And, leadership is a gift. Everybody just isn't given that gift.
Right.
That's something that teams and management needs to take into consideration when they putting people in these positions. And if the quarterback doesn't have that gift, then you got to be sure that somebody else that has that C on their chest does have that gift and is going to be out there rallying the troops and giving that encouragement that maybe your quarterback isn't given.
Right.
So, you have to manage every person according to their needs. And
true. But you have to draw the limit.
Everybody isn't going to like
too.
it. Somebody's going to see the way you handle somebody else, and they're going to think maybe they should be handled that way. But maybe as a manager and a leader, that person just isn't going to respond to that. So
right. Well, you have 50 plus players, and that's a task in itself. As you know, being a leader in the work industry, that you just have to do what's best for the organization.
At the end of the day,
Yep.
right.
Yep.
It's about accomplishing the mission.
Exactly.
Accomplishing the mission.
Now, you see Las Vegas have decided on their quarterback.
Yeah, Gardner.
You go pick him?
No, I already had him too. I think he was my backup. But I don't know. He might have ended up being my starter when Anthony Richards got hurt because he was the backup for the Colts behind Anthony Richardson.
Right.
I think last year.
I think you did have
last year. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Gardner. Gardner has already said that, I'm just going to get the ball to the playmakers. I'm not going to do, I'm not trying to be a superhero. I'm just here to help them make the plays or something like that, he said. So I don't know. J.J. McCarthy is out for the season. That was a short-lived honeymoon.
Well, I wasn't impressed with him. And I never thought he should have been drafted at the level that he was drafted.
Coming from a Michigan man, y'all.
Well, I'm a Michigan fan, and I'm going to speak it real. If a Michigan player is not up to it or worthy of it, I'm going to say it. Mm-hmm. And I didn't think he was. To me, he was just average, but they made him seem like he was more than average. Granted, they won the national championship, but you got to look at all the players he had around him from an offensive side and a defensive side.
Well, it's a moot point now because he's on the sideline. He might even be on the sideline. He's probably at home because he's on injury reserve.
What injury did he have?
I think he tore something.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. His ACL or something.
Yeah, I think he tore his ACL. Yeah. He's out for the season, whatever it is.
And it looks like for Pittsburgh, Russell Wilson's going to get the nod for that.
Is he? Because last I saw, they said Tomlin didn't know who was starting.
Right. They still saying it, but
he's like, I don't know.
All the things weighing toward Russell Wilson. And Russell might start off starting, and they slowly ease Justin in. Or who knows, they might do a 50-50. And New England Patriots, you can have Jacoby Brissett and Drake May.
Jacoby.
And I think he was with somebody else before, but they're still.
Who is that? What team?
Jacoby. New England Patriots. Jacoby Brissett.
What happened to Mac Jones?
And versus Drake May. I guess they got rid of Jones.
Drake May. He's the one they just drafted.
Right. And I want to say he's from a smaller school. I think, was it Kentucky or somewhere? I can't remember. But so it's up in the air between those two. So it'd be kind of interesting to see who they go with. Now, Denver Broncos, you got Bo Nix and Jarrett Stidham.
They sitting Bo Nix for the Broncos.
They sitting him?
Yeah, they sit. I saw that somewhere.
So do they still have Zach Wilson?
Yes.
And they don't even mention him.
Zach, man.
So it might be that Jarrett Stidham.
Poor Zach.
Because they were saying Bo Nix has been the best quarterback during the preseason by a wide margin.
I just saw that somewhere. But, the Broncos, they have Sean Payton as a...
Right.
I think he's a little bipolar.
Well, he's hyping up Nix, and all the analysts think that Nix will be the starter, even though the announcement hasn't been made.
They could be trying to drum up some
hype.
Some hype, yeah.
Well, we'll see. And I think Russell Wilson's supposed to play the final preseason game for the Steelers. So, because I don't think he's played yet all preseason. There was an article about Pete Carroll.
Yeah, he's teaching. He's going back to USC to teach.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's teaching.
Which is he trying to hang around and hopefully get the coaching job there? Or is he coaching at USC and teaching?
He does not have a coaching job. 72 years old. Go home. Chill. 72 and you still like in it.
Yeah. And
you like working.
Yeah, because they say that This is his...
He said, I could coach tomorrow.
25 years.
I am physically in the best shape I've been in a long time. I'm ready to do all the activities that I'm doing and feeling really good about it. I could, but I really don't. I'm not desiring it at this point.
He has been coaching for 25 years, and this is the first time he really hasn't been coaching.
Trying to figure out, what is he teaching, though? It doesn't say what he's teaching. He's going to end up coaching. There ain't no way that he's going to be at that school at USC.
Right.
A former NFL coach, head coach, won a Super Bowl.
Oh, he's going to miss it. He's going to.
And the coaches aren't going to end up in his office going, hey, what do you think about this? Why don't you look at this play? Tell us what you think. What do you think about this player? There's no way that's not going to happen. Or that he won't just wander off out to the field on training day or
and he was
practice
the oldest,
day.
He was the oldest coach in the NFL, too.
There's no way.
Yeah, he's going to miss it. All right.
If they ask him, he's going to get involved.
Yeah, because I'm not sure who is USC's coach and how long he's been there.
I'm waiting for Tom Brady to get some backlash for saying that they dumbed down the game.
Basically calling all the new
since
players.
I left the game, the rest of y'all stupid now. Right. That's not right. That was really wrong.
Well, I guess he's just a little arrogant in his...
Yeah, he is. He's a lot arrogant.
Yeah. All right. That ends our discussion here. Time flies when you're having fun.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, but wait a minute. I got to tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you know about the new playoff for college football?
No.
It's a new playoff, a new college football playoff. It's going to be 4 rounds, 12 teams. So I thought they had just changed this, but they changed it again. So it's
all about that money.
4 rounds, 12 teams. There's 5 automatic qualifiers. So the 5 conference champions automatically get in. So that's the ACC, the 10, Big 10, Big 12, the SEC. And then the 5th one, I guess, is like one of those independent like conferences. Something like that. And then the other one is the 7 will play 7 at-large selections, and they will compete for those other slots. Then they're also going to have a football version of the first 4. So you know how at March Madness they have the first 4 in like the day before those 2 teams, they're going to have something like that for football. So it's a whole new playoff setup.
Right.
So if you're into college football like I am, look it up because it has changed again. And this is going to be the first year that this new format is in play. So we really need to figure out. And then you've got the Pac-10 has gone away. So now you've got all the teams that were out west have now been dispersed into all these other...
Right, because the Big Ten grabbed a few of them.
Yeah, so like, for instance, my Colorado Buffaloes, who is my other team that I claim. So like last week, we talked about Maryland is my team, but I failed to mention that I also do claim Colorado as my team, the Colorado Buffaloes.
Can we ask you why?
Because of Deion Sanders.
Okay.
I'm a Deion Sanders.
Clear.
I'm a Deion Sanders fan. And so, yes, they are in the Big 12 this year.
Mm.
So we might be at the bottom, but I'm still rocking my Colorado Buffalo gear. I got it all ready. As soon as it gets a little bit cooler, I can wear it because it's heavy gear because it's Colorado, so they don't make nothing light. But yeah, it's going to be real interesting for those of us who are college football fans, and I'm a big one. Notre Dame, for instance, is an independent school.
Correct.
They cannot be ranked higher than 5th.
Really?
Yes, because independent schools cannot be ranked higher than 5th. And that also goes to like Oregon State, Washington State, any school.
Are they independent? Oregon State?
Apparently so.
I didn't know that. I thought that was in a conference.
So any school that claims to be independent cannot be ranked higher than 5th.
I wonder why.
In this new setup.
In the new setup.
In the new setup.
Okay.
I was going to say,
I thought in the past they have been ranked higher.
Nope, in the new setup.
Gotcha.
So college football starts this Saturday. August 24th is the first game on CBS Sports. And I think I saw who it was, but I can't remember right now. But College game day should start this weekend.
Also, just a reminder, the Paralympics starts August 28th.
Yes, that's what starts the 28th.
Please tune in. Also, too, you just made me think of it. Did you want to discuss the new rule change in professional football on the kickoff?
No, because I don't understand it.
Okay.
But I would encourage everybody.
It's a safety issue.
Again,
and also to
watch preseason because
to give more yards for the runner because they get to at least take off now. In the past, they pretty much couldn't run.
To all the commissioners, fantasy football commissioners, definitely check your settings. Check your settings now because I had to make some changes in our league to adjust for the new rule changes in the NFL.
Okay.
But it definitely is different.
All right. Well, with that said, I would end it now. But if you have comments, questions, or any concerns or topics you want us to address, you can reach us at memywifeandsports@yahoo.com, memywifeandsports@yahoo.com, and also on our Facebook page, as well as our Instagram. And what else we got out there?
That's it.
That's it. All right. All right. You can also go to our website as well and leave a message.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have that website information by chance?
What is our website? It's Me, My Wife, and Sports.
At Buzzsprout.
At Buzzsprout.com. Yeah, yep. Okay.
I was just checking. All right. Any final thoughts?
It's automatically set up in my iPad, so it just goes there automatically. Y'all know what it is. Just go out there and check it out. Remember, have a great day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And remember, your mate is a reflection of you.